The relationship between John and Garfield is complicated. Every day, Garfield abuses John. All John does is take care and look out for Garfield, only with a few empty threats once in a while. Garfield is a curse to John, but John stays positive all the time. How could this be? Well, John could be building up his anger inside. We never see John releasing his anger, so he could have built it up for decades. Building up anger can lead to depression, meaning John has been suffering in silence. He's been putting up a fake smile and attitude all the time. I can't imagine what that could be doing to him inside. Why isn't John revolting or taking any sort of real action? Maybe he's afraid of what Garfield could unleash on him, or, despite the abuse, he could be in a form of Stockholm Syndrome. According to Wikipedia, Stockholm Syndrome is a condition which causes hostages to develop a psychological alliance with their captors as a survival strategy during captivity. Now, John isn't exactly a hostage to Garfield, or is he? John spends so much time stuck in his house with Garfield, torturing him every day. He could easily get rid of Garfield. Has Garfield kept John prisoner? Possibly. Another conclusion that it could be as similar to Stockholm Syndrome, but without hostages, and it's purely because they interact a lot, and John has to please Garfield in a way. Let's move on to another topic. Why does Garfield treat John and everyone else so terribly? I don't know how exactly to describe it, but I think it's because of a few reasons. He's incredibly selfish and narcissistic. It seems he never helps anyone unless he benefits from it or has something at risk. Some of his driving forces are food. His hunger for such food is infinite, such as lasagna. He will stop at nothing to eat more, and forces John to make lasagna every day, and John always does so, maybe for reasons I've mentioned. Another main drive is sleep. He naps multiple times a day. When woken, gets extremely irritated. This again shows how he worries for only himself and his clout. Another thing that think describes Garfield well is Schadenfreude. According to Wikipedia, is the experience of pleasure, joy, or self-satisfaction that comes from learning or witnessing the troubles, failures, or humiliation of another. This is why he harms others physically and emotionally, so for seemingly no reason. He loves seeing others at low points. I'd like to make a comparison now. Garfield and Adolf Hitler. Garfield commonly thinks he is superior and that cats are superior. He often shows hate to other species, including dogs and humans. This reminds me of how Hitler believes Aryans are superior. Both are also incredibly stubborn. Hitler never stopped believing in himself, and whenever Garfield is proven wrong, he rarely changes much. This concludes my talk. Garfield is a psychopath and incredibly dangerous. Be warned if you ever see him.